Ishmael shows up in your own life more than you may realize. Not as a person, but as a mindset, a pattern, a way of doing things in your own strength instead of God's Spirit. Who or what does Ishmael represent in your personal life? Ishmael represents the parts of your life birthed from the flesh, decisions made out of fear, impatience, control, compromise, or pressure. It's when you try to make God's promises happen on your own timeline. It's striving, proving, performing, and planning without presence. It's the strong outward life that hides an inner disconnect. It's a version of faith that looks alive but isn't rooted in surrender. How Ishmael shows up in you. 1. When you rely on yourself more than God. You work hard, dream big, and press forward, but not from a place of resting in His voice. You move in ambition instead of anointing. That's Ishmael. 2. When you perform instead of transform. You pray, serve, post the scriptures, but inside you still battle bitterness, anxiety, comparison, or secret sin. You look holy, but feel buried in darkness. That's Ishmael, appearance without true healing. 3. When you stay busy but feel spiritually empty. You're doing a lot for God, but not really being with God. You've learned to work for Him, but forgotten how to wait on Him. That's Ishmael, busyness over intimacy. 4. When religion replaces relationship. You keep the spiritual routine, devotions, church, language, image, but your heart feels far. You follow God outwardly, but haven't let Him undo you inwardly. That's Ishmael too, a form of godliness without the fire of surrender. 5. When insecurity or fear leads the way. You repeatedly hesitate to obey, you hold back from trusting fully, or you build your life around what's safe and seen. You're afraid of letting go. That's Ishmael, self-protection over spirit-led faith. What is God saying to you personally? Cast out the bondwoman and her son, Galatians 4 verse 30. Let go of the patterns and plans you birthed in your own strength. Ishmael cannot inherit the promise. Until you are willing to sit in His presence and forsake all to serve, the promise you're meant to carry here on earth cannot be fulfilled. You'll only walk in a form of godliness while denying the very power that transforms. The religious mindset may check all the boxes, but it won't carry the weight of the glory. It builds altars in appearance, not in obedience. When you can see beyond the four walls of the church, when you let go of image, routine, and comfort, then you can move the way Jesus is calling His remnant to move. You are not called to produce another Ishmael, not in your ministry, your relationships, your healing, or your destiny. You are called to wait for Isaac, to let God birth in you what only He can.